on the 76. Chipsogen going to be on the Mercy, and Tailspin going to be the final piece here on the Pharah. And by the way, just for the record, chat, I'm on Team Squirtle.
Good for you. All right, so Taimu's Hanzo is going to be what we want to watch here. He eats a Fire Strike right away, but Chance already with 11% on that Earth Shadow now because of it. So really going to see where the arrows land here. If he gets anything good going, it's going to go really well for them. Get that Dragon Strike up early. So definitely seeing Hanzo much more in the meta now.
Taimu right now just taking his time looking for some pickoffs, and again, for him, it's just a matter of getting that one shot that takes someone out, but Mangachu, for the defense, was able to take out Harry Hook immediately. Internet Hulk, though, firing back, 5v5 as the offense goes forward, but Mangachu doing so much work right now. Already has 2 kills to his name, and...
They gotta get out.
And, oh, look at that, though. Taimu was able to take out Bird, so it's pretty back and forth right now. Rezo will be bringing Bird back up to the fight as simple geometry. Down goes Mangachu. And Taimu's slowly picking apart this defense.
Yeah, I thought losing Coco early was really going to hurt them because it was going to allow Bird to feast, but then he got picked off too, so they dealt with that problem after their answer to it was gone. Tailspin does take down Chance too.
Tailspin right now is looking for the Mercy pick, and Nap Time will go down, taking a nap as it were. Harry Hook with the double kill fall through, and nothing really too flashy from the side of Envy. They just got more pickoffs than NG Red did, and that's gonna be it. Is Tailspin right now not able to take out Junkrat just yet. Will take him out in the very end. A little bit risky though, it could have ended badly.
But it's one of the things I was talking about earlier though, why you might not see Junkrat as early, because you saw that Tailspin was able to get above and behind them on this ledge, and you don't really have anyone who can get up there and contest that high ground. You don't have your own who can jump in easily. Yes, you can jump up there as Junkrat, but you're generally in a pretty rough position because you can't just float and poke from the outside. So that might be one of the reasons we're seeing less and less Junkrat here, because with Pharahs in here, you're essentially just outgunned if they take the high ground away from you.
Well, Envy right now in a very good spot. Ultimate-wise, they have a lot of ults to their name, including, of course, Dragon Strike, about to have Graviton Surge, one of the deadlier combos you have in the game, but Mangachu finds Taimu, had enough of his rest, was able to get in there, and here comes the defense, moving right in off the speed boost. They would have sound barriered there if they probably had it, but was not up just yet, and they need to back out, but not before Wolf was able to take out Tailspin, so pretty good defensive pushing coming from NG Red. Rez, though, going to be coming in here for the offense. The offense now turning it back the other way. Tailspin's back in the fight. Big Earth Shadow, though, coming in from Chance, turning it back the other way. This is so back and forth, but NG Red able to get the last 2 kills. See if they can capitalize on it.
Now, Brad Expert actually just saved most people's lives there as the combo was coming in. The Graviton Dragon, the Dragon Surge, as it were, but he was able to sound barrier, keep himself alive, and other people as well. Naptime does get the res off. Chance takes down Taimu, too.
Interesting fight here. I thought Envy could have turned in their favor, but just did not work out that way. Both teams very evenly matched. Envy trying to force the issue yet again, coming in over the top. Tailspin potentially about to drop a barrage, looking for the pickoff on the Mangachu first. Not able to get it. Just gonna back out intelligently here. Both teams trading off, but Envy definitely with a little bit more momentum. They're forcing NG Red back, and NG Red needs to regroup if they want to defend at this last point. As Harry Hook goes off, was able to take out Nap Time. And now Envy, just again, nothing too crazy, just good long-range pickoffs.
I mean, Envy's a team that's able to run this single support on offense and defense and never get punished for it. A lot of it is because Chips is so elusive. He's just so hard to kill. You rarely call out that he died early in a fight. It nearly doesn't happen. A lot of that is because of the positioning for their tanks, but they're getting away with running single support where a lot of teams just can't do it.
Tailspin right now going over the top, might use the delete Mercy key in just a moment, not going to use it just yet, but was able to take out Mangachu there. I don't know if Mangachu fell in the pit or what, but here comes the barrage, able to get the double kill, will get taken out by Wolf. Will Naptime come at the res, he's going to have to burn it sooner rather than later, will bring up the 2 fallen, but again, you look at Envy, they're just getting the pickoffs they need. Harry Hook is in the back, just beasting on the attack visor, picks up the triple kill, and the oppression coming in right now from Envy is just ridiculous.
And again, Harry Hook on any other team would have to be on loose here right now, but they're running the solo support. Chips got in, got a res, and then got out alive, which is another rarity for Mercies in competitive.
Wolf coming in, gets a double kill onto the back line. Gonna need to get back on the cart, though. The cart is almost at its destination, but NG Red at the 11th hour, able to come in. They're going to wipe out Envy here. Envy perhaps going a little bit too deep. Did not respect Mangachu coming in over the top. And NG Red will buy themselves a whole lot of valuable time here.
Yeah, they'll buy themselves a big sigh of relief, really, because they were just getting absolutely rolled there. Now, time is not as crucial as it used to be, but I mean, considering that we are running stopwatch, if double completion, it is actually now. If they do want to hold out here, huge fight.
Wolf waited for his opportunity, was able to take out Taimu immediately, got into the back line, but the res immediately coming up from Chips, Taimu coming right back into that fight. And this is where Taimu's at his deadliest, coming up for a res after the fight is taking place a little bit, able to pick people off as McCree. Not getting it here just yet. Somehow Reinhardt for the defense is way far in the back. So here comes Bird now with the attack visor trying to turn it back in his favor. Does take out both Hulk and Tailspin. The defense moving forward. Chance leading the way. A very aggressive charge. And look at that. Mangachu coming out the fall through. Gets taken out for the process, but the defense should be able to hold here next.
Yeah, Chips almost got there at the end. He would have had to be a magician to do so, but they had to burn the barrage to make sure that they got him. That was Mangachu had to do that, so they do only have a couple of defensive ults up. Chance is going to have his Earth Shatter going, though. I want to see if Taimu can get any sort of value off of his Deadeye here. It's been so hard to actually work with lately. I think they're going to try to just chunk down this shield and then get the Deadeye in afterwards.
Reptile is being dropped by both sides, but Envy getting way more value. 4 quick kills to them. Mangachu takes out Tailspin, but his team is dead all around him. Nap time get a change. That does res 2 people up. I'm not sure if Wolf and Chance have what it takes, so they're completely outnumbered here on the point. As everyone comes back up for the Envy side. Chance is going to go down here. Soundbearer out here from the defense's respawns come in, but this should be the final inevitable death chain as EnVyUs brings the cart in.
Yeah, Summer came down from offense. They switched Harry Hook back onto that Lucio so that they had the extra fight push at the end there. Didn't need the kills that they were getting as they switched Taimu onto McCree, so a pretty quick time there from Envy.
Score 0.
That was a time of about 6:25, I believe.
Envy makes everyone look bad. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
And you had that moment there where they were fighting back and things went well for the end, but the problem for them is that they just had trouble really establishing from the beginning, and by the time they did mount a defense near last, it was just honestly a little bit too low too late, and now they have to deal with a pretty quick time being set here by Envy.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say to it than they're able to run a composition that most teams can't. They're running single support. So when you talk about Envy, you could talk about any part of their team and say it's amazing. But the best example is Chips. We talked about Harry Hook cleaning up. He's only able to do that because they don't have to run 2 supports. And then when they need that second support, he comes in, plays a great Lucio, gives them the sound barrier towards the end to finish off that push. The versatility of everyone on this roster going down to the supports is what makes them a special team. Now, right now, they're running kind of their signature style of defense. That's going to be Internet Hawk on the Torborn, the Torbalarone. Chipsajin will be on the Mercy. Harry Hook, of course, can play that 76 now. Tailspin. All right, running the defensive Junkrat. Taimu on the Roadhog. Coco, of course, on Reinhardt.
It's my privilege to lead you into battle.
Yep, so Aardvark will be paying off here. This is something that Envy does that not a lot of other teams do. They do like running the Torbjorn here on defense. We'll see if it pays off. Meanwhile, take a look here at the offense coming out from the NG Red Squadron. It's going to be Mangachu here on the Pharah, Chance on Reinhardt. Wolf looking for offensive pickoffs here on the Widowmaker if he stays on it. Bird on the 76, Nap Time on Mercy, and Bread Expert going to be on the Lucio. So Wolf is staying on this. He's going to try and make the Widowmaker work here, which against the way Envy positions could be easier said than done.
Well, it might work out kind of for them because it's going to have free shots onto either the shield or the turret, because it should make them position very differently. That's what Widow does for you. Cuts down the angles that the defense can actually hang out in. The turret is up. Coco is going to be just kind of protecting it as much as he can. Brett Expert in very deep, doing something weird, dies for it. That was weird.
They lost 2 people right away. Part of it was from the Roadhog hook. Taimu brought Mangachu down to earth from the heavens. That's 3 quick kills here from the side of Envy. And Envy, their defense has just looked very solid as of late, especially if you look at what they did to Rogue just a few series ago.
Yeah, Hawk at 50% onto that Molten Core already. He's really made this style all his own. I mean, he used to play a ton of Symmetra on this map, decided to go with the Tobe instead, and he's been like one of the only teams that run it, and they run it super successfully. It's not that they're surprising teams by doing this. This is the comp they've run on King's Row for the last month or so.
Wolf getting the double pickoff in the back, takes out both the turret and Harry Hook. That's what he's looking for now on the Mercy. Not able to take out Chips. The res will undo his handiwork. Not the worst coming out here from the side of Widow, but needs to be a little bit more decisive. But still, he's able to take out Tailspin. Bird now getting on top point, and NG Red slowly cracking this Envy defense. There will be no Molten Core coming out just yet. As slowly but surely, Mangachu and Bird doing all sorts of work, and they're going to take this point here, Hex.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to Bird just absolutely carrying that squad. Now Taimu was caught out way late alone. Hulk was never able to keep his sentry up to a level 2, so unable to use the Molten Core, which he had in his back pocket. I guess he could have used it just on himself, but really, it was just nice that Bird never let him set up. Hulk even tried to reposition and get like very far back so that he could get a level 2 up and get that Molten Core. Bird was having none of it. Look how far forward they're pushing here too. They're getting great poke in.
NG Red being highly aggressive, although almost too aggressive here because it'd be better for them if they had 3 on the cart. The cart is getting no progress right now. I mean, maybe if they got an extra kill or 2 here, it'd be worthwhile, but I think they'd be better served just sending 2 people back, getting 3 on the cart, and going from there, because here comes Envy. They're being hyper aggressive. They almost have to do a panic Earth Shatter there. We'll see if it works out. Mangachu on the top, comes in with the barrage, takes out Taimu, not much else. I don't know about this one, NG Red. It might work out, but it's very, very risky. They take out Chips so early on. Chance deep in the back line, able to take out both Chips and Tail, and for NG Red, the risk is paying off right now. Hex is there a few kills away from setting themselves up for a very quick point number 2.
Yeah, Mangachu's having a monster game. Taimu comes around the back to try to get a pick there. He gets caught out himself. Hulk's being super stubborn. He should not have been on that Torb, even on the second point. It was because he had his Molten Core ready, and the turret got taken down again before Molten Core got up, so he should not have been on that. He stayed only because he had it, and I think it was a mistake. We see him switch off now. He's going to play the Winston. Taimu is on the defensive Widowmaker.
Well, the offense right now definitely setting things to their favor, and time-wise, Hex, they have plenty of time. They have about 3.5 minutes remaining here thus far, so things definitely working out for NG Red. They've bought themselves a whole lot of time. Here comes the defense trying to do something in there, but Sound Bearer used here by the offense. They're holding their ground. They're moving forward. Wolf able to take out Internet Hulk, and NG Red still dictating the pace of this game. EnVyUs, after this first point, really suffering collapse. They've yet to stabilize, Hex.
Taimu gets taken out by Bread Expert. I thought that was going to be a battle between Wolf and him. It is 6v3 right now. It is 6v1.
Oh my goodness.
Chips goes down.
The dream is real right now for NG Red. They have EnVyUs on the ropes. Envy still has to hold this for 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Hex, I'm not sure they can do that. They're practically in death chain phase. Tailspin, do you have the heroics to turn this in your favor? Tailspin going to the back. 2 people going down here in defense. It's almost there. We're not even getting a meter measurement just because of how close it is. 3 kills here for the offensive NG Red. And it's so close right now, Hex.
Mangachu's going nuts. He absolutely took out Tailspin earlier. Tailspin gets the better end of that exchange.
Coming in, able to get the mid-air shot on the Mangachu, bring it back in his favor, and oh my goodness, is Envy going to hold here?
They are. They need to be super, super careful to not get back-capped here.
The payload isn't even, is it moving back? Okay, it is starting to move back, but oh my goodness, that was, we didn't even get a meter measurement on it. That's how close it was.
Yeah, they're so close to getting it right into that parking space. Tailspin takes a huge rock there. Mangachu is on point with his mid-airs.
Very much so. Envy came close to dropping this here. We'll see if they can hold. Here comes Attack Visor from Bird. Attack Visor on the way, just looking to gun people down. Not able to get the pick off just yet. Wolf, though, on there, and Hook will punish him for being that aggressive. Both teams 5v5, and here comes a barrage from Mangachu over the top. Takes out Tailspin. Wolf and Mangachu combined for 3 kills. Here comes NG Red once again. The res, though, coming out from Chipsogen, giving his team new life. Sound Bear there on the side from NG Red. Will they be able to capitalize? They're keeping on the pressure. Earth Shatter comes down from Chance. He goes in the deep in the back, gets immediately punched by the barrage, and this is so back and forth as Tailspin picking up the triple kill. Rezo coming out here from NG Red. We still have ourselves a fight right now, Hex.
Yeah, super nice Resler. Naptime playing so smart in the backline, staying out of everything. The Sound Bear comes off in absolute desperation. Harry Hook takes a dive off of the edge. That's going to be map unless...
Is it going? Yeah, Tailspin goes down, and yes, NG Red has done it. They have taken this map off of Envy, and well played to them. Oh my goodness.
3,
Yeah, I mean, I said that NG Red is probably the team I think has the best chance of taking maps off of EnVyUs. You saw it right there because they play so aggressive. And I mentioned that Mangachu is capable of absolutely just putting this team on his back. Not that they needed to be carried at any point, but oh my god, he played better than I've ever seen him play. To be able to get the better of Tailspin in your air-to-air battles is something almost no one can say. And Mangachu got the better end of those fights a lot of those times. After a pretty shaky start there, they just bowled through second, rolled through third. Really good look from NG Red against Envy.
That game was actually crazy, and the fact that NG Red was able to do that to Envy is not something we have seen very often. I mean, NG Red, I don't know what they've been doing recently. Certainly they picked up Bird, but I feel like there's something else in the water here because they have upped their level of play so much.
Right.
First taking out C9 in the Josh OG Invitational, and I think they're first team to take a map off Envy in quite a while. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, Envy has not lost a map in I think about 25 maps at the very least. That's just on first glance. I'd have to look further, but their last 10 matches, they've yet to drop a map. So this is doing something that no one can do against Envy, and Envy is going to take us to Lijiang Tower instead. I think, we mention a lot when you add someone to the roster that other players get better because, there's just so much more focus onto that new player as well. We've seen it with LG as well, but I think now it's that Mangachu has the room to operate because if you're focusing on Mangachu, Bird's going to eat you alive. And if you focus on Bird, then Mangachu finally has an opportunity to get more play out of his Sparrow too. So it's kind of that domino effect that we see so much in competitive Overwatch, that adding one person to the roster opens things up for everyone else. I think that's exactly what we're seeing with Northern Gaming Red.
All right, well, we're getting right back into it. Lijiang Tower is here on the menu. NG Red up 1-0 over Envy, and no, that is not a scoreboard error. They took Kings Row off Envy in pretty dominant fashion, no less. They still, I think, had a minute left in that game. Yeah,
they had time. They had a couple more pushes. They were able to finish it there, though. So, not super surprised, but, I mean, anytime anyone beats Envy, you have to be surprised. This is the team I thought would be able to do it, and they look good. Now, it's beyond, can we win a map? Can we win a set off Envy? Whew, the way they're playing. Well,
we're going to be starting things out here on the control center. Both teams fighting out here on King of the Hill, and taking a look here at the Envy squad is going to be Taimu here on the Reaper, Coco on Zarya, Harry Hook on Lucio, Chip's going to be in the Mercy, Tailspin on Pharah, and Internet Hulk. Going to round things out here on the Winston. And by the way, looking at the other roster here, Hex, it does not look like we're going to have a Pharah v Pharah battle, at least in the very beginning.
No, and Tailspin runs this Pharah even on this map, even pre-Widow nerf, pre-Widow nerf, pre-McCree nerf, and still had great success with it. He keeps Chips in the greatest positions as a Mercy. Of course, Chips does his own work there as well, but they run this combo on this point in particular better than everyone, and that's why I think you see NG Red rolling out in the way that they are. An interesting rollout, to say the least.
Yep, they're taking not often seen approach. Going all on the outside right now, but Tailspin just landing in the rocket spam from afar, already charging up his ult to 25%. Bright Expert, though, gonna boop off Harry Hook, and this is a 65 opportunity for NG Red. NG Red striking first blood. And now, pretty good opportunity here for NG Red. 65 is not the greatest for the 5. As both teams now fighting out over the point. Envy still preferring the high ground, but a big hook comes in from Mangachu. Almost takes out Coco outright. 2 extra kills coming in here from the side of NG Red. And they are feasting on Envy right now. Hex, they're going to get first control of this point.
Chance going crazy as Zarya right now. I worried about them not being able to deal with Tailspin up top because they don't really have anyone to be able to contest that high ground, minus maybe getting a hook up there or Bird poking away. But Tailspin actually abandoned that high ground, put Chips in a weird position. Then when Tailspin was at, Chips was already on the low ground, unable to retreat. They cleaned it up.
Winston right now leaping right in, Internet Hulk trying to set the tone. Mangachu already taking out time early in this fight, so it's a 65 in favor of NG Red. Tech fires are coming out from Bird, and Bird just gonna get right back in, mows down Tailspin. Oh my goodness, NG Red is just taking it to Envy right now. Wolf in the back line, sending Harry Hook on a ride. Graviton Surge even comes out, and I'm not even sure they need to use that, Hex.
Probably not. I think Tailspin is going to give it one more go on this Pharah here, try to get his barrage off, and if he has the same amount of success he's had so far, read 0, then I think he'll probably switch, because they're just absolutely getting nothing out of this Pharah.
No, the Pharah has not worked out at all. And for Tailspin's Pharah, that is saying something. Maybe he'll switch. He does have a barrage at the ready, though, so I feel like he's going to at least try and use that first.
Yeah, but I think
he's not switching.
If he gets barrage and then just plucked out of the sky with nothing out of it, he's definitely coming off it. It's really going to depend if he can get it off and get something good going. They do have Graviton up. They do have the ultimate advantage right now. Coco's coming in looking for it.
The Graviton is moving in. Taimu isn't there, but here comes Tailspin over the top with the barrage. It'll take out Bread Expert on the double kill, looking for the Mercy. Mercy, though, going to undo all of that work. Still, though, NG Red in a really tough spot. Taimu just feasting. The Death Blossom coming in after the res, taking out 3. And Envy going to be right back into this. Off of the plays coming out from the Zarya, Tailspin, and Taimu.
Yeah, that's how you cue the point. They had the advantage. They absolutely knew it. A nice Graviton grabbing 3, cleaned up by Tailspin, and then like Taimu keeping his res for, or keeping his Death Blossom for that res was really smart too. Able to get that point back.
I've got you.
And Red getting right back in here. Here comes Growth Attack Visor, takes out Taimu, picks him right off, looking for a little bit more. The Winston Shield really stopped him from getting too much value off this. As Tailspin now firing back in turn, takes out Nap Time. Coco and Taimu getting in, so start out pretty okay for NG Red, but Envy now taking it right back to them. They're going to win that team fight, and for Envy, they still have to hold on for about 3 or 4 more pushes here, Hex. And if they lose one, they'll probably lose the round.
Yeah, they really just need one more fight, does NG Red, and they'd be smart to kind of wait for their ults, I think. Chance is going to have Graviton momentarily. Wolf might have a Death Blossom after that. Magnitude should only take them a couple damage boosted rockets to get up here. They're going to try to take this top ground. They know that's where Tailspin and Chips are going to be set up.
Look at Taimu right now. He's wearing an invisibility cloak. They don't even see him here. He was just sitting in the corner and no one looked at him. Taimu, this is going to let him get right in on the Mercy. Nap time. Are you going to be taking a nap? Giving Taimu a little bit of the juke maneuver. He's still alive. Graviton Surge coming in from Coco, and here comes the Justice from Tailspin. Only takes out 1, though, before dying. Still, though, the Graviton sets up the team. 3 kills here to the side of Envy. NG Red definitely not in the healthiest state right now as they're trying to stay in this fight. Chance taking out Coco. Barrage coming in now from the side of Mangachu. Over the top, takes out Aaron and Hulk. Wolf coming in, and NG Red from the brink, bringing this back in their favor. Wolf in the back line, Mangachu in the air.
Yeah, that was
and Hex,
gutsy.
they're going to retake this.
That was gutsy as hell. I thought they were going to wait for the next fight because Chance and Magnitude were 2 of the only 3 alive after it got cleaned up on the point. They both had ults, and I was like, okay, maybe next time it'll come through. Magnitude was half health when he started barraging. The Graviton came in to bring everyone together under that barrage. I thought they were going to wait, but they gutted it out and got a lot of value out of it.
All right, so we do have people getting onto the point right now. NG Red, though, just cleaning them up in turn. Bird on the double kill, devouring this envious offense as they move in. 3 extra kills here for NG Red and Hex. NG Red has taken round 1 right away from Envious.
All right. It's on.
I did not expect this coming in. I thought NG Red would play this close, but they took map 1 definitively. They made round 1 look pretty close. They took round 1, so I don't even know right now. This is really good stuff coming out from NG Red.
Yeah, I mean, they're not doing anything super fancy. Like, they just kind of just winning fights the good old-fashioned way. I mean, Mangachu is playing amazingly right now. Chance has surprised me with the Zarya play. It's never really been anything I've thought that has been stand out for their team, but he had a great stage there. Naptime is playing super smart. He's playing on the level of Chips. He's never dying. He's getting reses off when they need to. Just for a man, they are matching everything EnVyUs has.
And look at Mangachu's position here. Is he just looking for the knockoff by going over this? No, he can't be not going to Concussive Blast. A little bit of sneakiness, I suppose. Here comes NG Red, though, going onto the point. EnVyUs has beaten them to this point. Taimu already behind a corner. Both teams pretty even right now, both trading off poke. And actually, Envy getting the worst of this poke setup. You look at the health bars, they were getting beaten up just a little bit more than NG Red was. And NG Red, their poke has been on point as Mangachu takes out Tailspin for first blood in this round. Wolf going in. 2 quick kills here for NG Red and Hex. They might get first control here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're absolutely cleaning this up. There goes Coco. There goes Harry. I mean, Taimu's still in, but he's going to die. He's going to jump off the cliff.
Taimu says enough of this and Mangachu with the salute. That was awesome. That actually might be the most MVP emote I've ever seen. Wow, that was glorious.
So
all right, well, the offensive Envy gonna have to reset up here, getting a little bit shocked here at the second round of Lijiang. They're moving in. Tailspin coming in over the top, looking for a little bit of revenge. Takes out Mangachu with 2 rockets to the face.
I'm taking the point.
And Envy now 65. They're setting themselves up. They're looking to get onto the point. NG Red not on the point whatsoever. They're looking for the courtyard. In fact, Envy sort of ninja caps it while the fight is still going on. So this is really good for them. They're going to get percentage in their favor. But Mangachu already back in the fight. Justice Ring for above. Takes out 2 people with the aid of that ultimate. And NG Red getting right back onto this Hex.
Yeah, what do you think top fair is? You start thinking of Shore 4. You start thinking of course, Tailspin as well. I'm telling you right now, you need to start putting Mangachu on that list, especially after today. If you didn't know who he was before, you know now. He is winning this fight against Tailspin. He is getting in great position to take out chips. He's just having a phenomenal set.
Well, here comes the side of Envy right now. They're going to be looking for their opportunity. They're moving in. Graviton Surge going to be on the menu here in just a moment. Tailspin, of course, going to be there for the follow-up. If they're able to set up the way they want to. Internet Hulk, though, does get his man, gets a pick off, and here comes the Justice over the top. But Wolf countering with the Death Blossom takes out 2 in the middle. NG Red not falling to this Wombo just yet, and they're fighting Envy in turn.
Yeah, problem was, though, Nap Time did get taken out, and their Chips is still alive, got the res off, so that is going to be Envy taking it back.
The res was able to turn that right back in EnVyUs' favor, but look at the percentages here. If NG Red is able to take this back, that might be it. Envy might have a last gasp chance to try and go back, but it's going to be rough. NG Red is in a great position right now.
Well, Mangachu's got his barrage ready. Chance is nowhere near a Graviton, though, so the combo's not coming in. Timer was super aggressive, but it works out as he takes out both supports and a very aggressive Death Blossom.
Taimu role-playing a Diablo 2 Barbarian, just whirlwinding into the team, taking them out.
Spin to
no
win.
drops, but...
Spin to win.
That's how it works. Envy definitely being a little bit more aggressive here on their defense. They don't even want to let NG Red back into this if they can help it. And they are being very aggressive in the courtyard. Look at Coco. He is lit up like a Christmas tree right now.
Alright, so they are going to take a little more cautious approach. They come around. Mangachu looks for some outside there. I think he was looking for a concussion blast off the edge. No one fell for it. They're going to try to engage here on the point off of the Sound Barrier. Sound Barrier's on both sides.
Sound Bears come out from both sides. Mangachu coming over the back and just going to take out Internet Hulk just to be sure. Looking for Harry Hook. Not able to land it. Coco with the Graviton setting up EnVyUs here. Will they be able to get the last 2 kills? Nap Time is down. There will be no res. And EnVyUs going to hang on in this team fight. Good late in the fight. Graviton coming out from Coco to really seal control of that for Envy.
Yeah, it's going to be the last fight upcoming here for NG Red. They need to get something going. The good thing is, though, they have Graviton, they have Death Blossom. If they can hit some good things there, they should be fine. Taimu's lurking below, though, just waiting to pick off these supports as they come in.
Wolf right now getting back onto point.
Yeah.
Goes for the Death Blossom, is immediately denied. Probably forced it a little bit, but with overtime lurking, why not? Still, though, Envy starting to clean all this up in their favor. And they're going to take round 2 right away from NG Red. 1-1. We have ourselves a series right now, Hex.
Yeah, that was just kind of a really terrible entry there. I think it was because the timing didn't work out well for them that they had to just rush the points. And Envy was in a really smart spot there. They knew that they were going to have to just run on the point. They weren't sitting back and waiting for the fight to come to them. They thought if we can just delay them and screw up their entry, we should be fine. And that's exactly what they did. They weren't able to get on there as a team. They kind of went in piecemeal, and then the Death Blossom came off, got shut down immediately. It just sucks that they didn't have like another 3 seconds to work with, because then they could have gone in as a team. But just the way that timing went off, the entry was terrible, unable to win that last fight. And yes, ZP, we have a series for sure.
All right, so both teams about to head out here, and Wolf, is he going to be doing this? He is. Widowmaker coming in on a King of the Hill map. We used to see her all the time on the stage, but not so much lately. Wolf saying, I have faith in my Widow play. I am going to get the pickoffs I need. He's looking for it right now, not able to get Taimu in the very beginning. But is able to land a headshot on the Zarya, so good damage output coming out from Wolf here in the beginning. As NG Red looking for it, he takes out Tailspin! You have no better pickoff than that with going in on Envy. And now NG Red setting themselves up for victory here. 6v5 on the point. They got the pickoff they needed. And we'll see if Taimu and company can do enough to hold out while Tailspin gets back. Here is Wolf able to get another pickoff, takes out Coco.
Yeah, he's just making it so
working.
awkward. He's making it so awkward for them to get in because they just can't go in that angle. He's shutting it down completely. I've always said Widow just kind of rearranges the map for you. Wolf gets another pick on Taimu. Mangachu and Bread Expert combined for a kill too.
Yeah, and they haven't capped the point yet. They're being very cautious about how they go in, but Wolf has been getting all sorts of value here on this Widowmaker. Meanwhile, look at Bird. Bird very deep on the fight. Looking to take out Harry Hook. Will pepper him with shots. Takes him down. And this is going to be first capture here for NG Red. And I gotta say, the Widowmaker from Wolf bringing everyone's favorite sniper back into the fray.
Well, Taimu's now on his own Widow because they know they have to answer, and it's really the only answer right now. He's going to be damage boosted on the bridge looking for his own picks over here. I mean, Widow just changes everything.
Wolf able to take out Aeronet Hulk, just going off. Mangachu over the top with the barrage. Oh, is he going to get some boops here, knocking people off the edge? Look at Chips. Chips is slowly floating to his death. In fact, Chips did die. He wasn't able to Guardian Angel back up. Someone please throw that Mercy a lifeline. As now, even with Chips going down, Envy coming in way more aggressively here. They early get the pickoffs they need. Tailspin and Taimu going off. And now it's Taimu, of course, on the Widowmaker. And Taimu almost throwing himself off the ledge. That was scary.
Yeah, panic grab though from Chance. Wait, no, that wasn't Chance's. Never mind. I was going to say that was awful, but it was actually Coco. So actually, Chance is going to have his Graviton up. Wolf does switch off of the Widow onto Genji. I mean, Widow's much better when you have it established rather than pushing into teams. Here comes the Graviton.
Graviton comes up. They're sucking everyone in. 3 people of Envy are in. Mangachu knocks them down. And NG Red, just like that, coming back in. Chips get the res off. No! Chips goes down. Did not have res built up anyways. And NG Red fighting it right back. This has been so back and forth, especially for Garden, where usually one team just dominates.
Yeah, Wolf's playing really well right now. Internet Hulk tried to get his Death Blossom off. Wolf reflected most of it back at him. He got 0 off of it, so much so he switches from that Reaper onto Winston. Taimu now onto the McCree.
Here comes Attack Visor. Tailspin going in. Able to take out Mangachu, looking for a little bit more. Good opening here from Envy as they are just moving in. Taimu and Tailspin leading the way. Internet Hulk up in front. And Tailspin just going to gun everyone down.
Yeah, kind of a serendipitous that Hulk got shut down on his Reaper because I think he needs to be playing the Winston here. He provides so much zone control. He jumped left, cleaned out the bridge. He jumped right, cleaned out the right side. Was able to just provide everything that Tailspin needed in the back lines. Drops that bubble, drops that shield. Hulk is a top tier Winston, even especially in the solo one hero limit meta.
All right, so Mangachu now does have barrage up the right. He's going to be coming in over the top, looking for an opportunity. Not using it just yet. Internet Hulk being highly aggressive here for Envy, but NG Red persevering, not going down to initial Russian. The Sound Bear does come out here. Will they be able to get value off it? As Mangachu now going to the back. Tailspin having none of it, takes him out. Bird, though, on the other end for 76 doing all sorts of work, takes out Chips after the res. And we still have ourselves a fight as Taimu from the back. It's High Noon, takes out 2, make it 3, and Taimu should be the decider here.
Yeah, Taimu Tailspin going absolutely off together. Now the next push is going to be NG Red's last one. They have barrage up. That's about it. Brett Expert might have Soundberry up if he gets a lot of damage done earlier. We already see Bird switching onto the Tracer.
Yeah, Bird coming in, preparing for a potential overtime here. Graviton, though, coming out from the side of Coco. He's trying to put the nail in the coffin here, and might have done just that. 2 quick kills here coming out from Envy, but 2 kills coming back from NG Red. Mangachu with the barrage takes out Harry Hook, and they're actually going to retake this. They muscled Envy off of the point despite the kill death being relatively even right now. Taimu, though, right now going in, looking to end this right here, right now, laying shot after shot in. Mangachu will go down. As Envy, led by Internet Hulk, gets 2 kills, looking for a little bit more. They now position on the point. Coco taking out Chance. And Envy in prime position to finish this out. Here comes the zoning Deadeye.
Yeah, Brett Expert was trying to Sound Barrier solo just so he could stall it and delay. He was a little late on that, got taken out during his break it down. That does mean he's going to have it up now if they can stall out, but Mangachu and Naptime both die going in. Chance is trying to get on the point as well. They need a miracle.
Good shots coming out from both Tail and Taimu there, cleaning out this NG Red squad. NG Red trying to make the most of it in a last-ditch effort. Basically, one last people on the point. He finally goes down. The Expert of Bread has fallen. And look at this. They're still keeping it overtime. No tracers required here. They're still getting on the point. But unfortunately, they do not have the swiftness to keep it going. And EnVyUs going to take the 3rd round. Now 2-1 in favor of Envy. But what a round, Hex.
This is phenomenal. King of the Hill is so fun to watch under certain circumstances, this one being it. No tracers there at the end to bring it back in. Just phenomenal play on both sides. I mean, everyone is having their moment. Everyone is having just great moments. Yeah, it's phenomenal to watch. I think Internet Hulk was smart to switch back onto Winston. He got so much work and zoning done. Now he does go back onto the Reaper too. Early on, it's kind of interesting to me that NG Red is not going to run a Pharah. Mangachu is going to be on a Roadhog instead. So looking to really win this ground fight decisively. Wolf is on the Tracer. Some interesting compositions. If they can figure out Tailspin early on in these engagements, they should be set up to take the point.
All right, offense right now moving forward, and again, this has been very close here thus far. Again, we see that NG Red is not favoring the Pharah in the very beginning, instead putting Mangachu on the Roadhog. And they're taking the high ground. I think the key here is that Mangachu is looking to just hook in Tailspin. That is his target, that is his prize.
Yeah.
Not able to find him just yet. In fact, Envy doing a really good job just spamming out this point, making things very unpleasant. Mangachu goes in, looks for the hook in Tailspin, not able to connect Tailspin, able to evade right away from that. As Taimu picks up first blood in the game, taking out Bread Expert. And overall, Envy handled that pretty well. They knew where NG Red was going. They were able to flood them with spam as they came in through the top. They're doing the best to hold this through, though NG Red still getting a pick or two here as they move in.
Yeah, I thought NG Red could have been absolutely dumpstered once they got rocked off the top there, but they were able to stay alive a little bit longer than I thought they would. Now they're getting cleaned up, though, as Naptime and Wolf do die in the end. Yeah, Naptime got the res off, but it was just not enough. Now they're getting chased really hard. They need to take a breath. They need to step all the way back.
Envy's being hyper aggressive here, almost too much so. I don't think they want to be that far up. There's a lot of ways that it ends badly for them. They won their fight. They can just set up, get good defensive positioning. Don't get caught out when you don't need to. And actually, look at the ult situation here too, Hex. Internet Hulk is ready to drop down. Internet and Tailspin is ready to rain from above. So very good ultimate setup here for the set of Envy. Multiple ways that they can win this fight. Multiple ways for NG Red to lose this fight. As both teams now setting up, and NG Red looking for the right way to approach this. And here comes Internet Hulk. He just goes in on the Mercy, but is immediately shut down by Wolf. Wolf was having none of that. Death Blossom effectively wasted. Now we'll see if NG Red can do more of this. Here comes a barrage from Tailspin. Does take out Chance, gets Bread Expert as well. And with that double kill, that should be enough here for Envy. Although Naptime looking for the res, not gonna get it as Taimu just rifle butts Naptime right in the face.
It's one of the reasons you switch onto McCree is to be able to be able to deal with those ultimates. I mean, Flashbang, for whatever you want to say about it, is great at shutting down super high value things. So that Death Blossom comes in, you just simply hit your E, knock it down, and you're totally fine. So the utility that McCree offers as a bodyguard for Mercy is why you see him being played a little bit more now too.
Oh my goodness, and Graviton just setting up Tailspin, Internet Hulk. They move in, they knock all of them down. The Bash Brother fall through, Tailspin and Internet Hulk, 2 kills each, and that is going to take out NG Red here. And now, for NG Red, they have maybe one last-ditch push-in. But look at EnVyUs, they're just moving forward. They want to stop them from getting the point, but that could be hubris as Mangachu comes in, is able to take out Tailspin. Rez, though, on the way from Envy. Envy still in this fight. Attack visor out from Taimu, and he is gunning people down from the high ground.
Yeah, they lost the stage compositionally, I think. I don't see any good reason why Mangachu was not on his Pharah. You're taking one of your best players off of the best hero who's on the hot hand with it right now, who's been playing absolutely crazy good on that Pharah. She's great on that map. You know the other team's going to run a Pharah, and you're running a Roadhog, and honestly, I didn't see the Hog do a whole lot there. He hit a couple hooks. Both the times we were on Zarya, essentially just ended up charging up her damage. I just think compositionally they made a mistake at that last stage.
Got you in my sights.
We didn't get to see the end of that clip. He reses, then
Pretty
dies.
good.
Spoiler.
Well, good effort coming up from both sides. NG Red starting out with the bang, ending with a bit of a whimper in that round, and now both teams even 1-1. But this has been a joy to watch so far. NG Red has played Envy closer than I think any other team has in recent memory.
Absolutely, and now it is their choice of map. We'll see where they want to take us next. I mean, the fact they took a map off them is already stunning, and then they played so close on King of the Hill. The last stage was pretty one-sided. I'll have to ask them, honestly. That's how invested I am in that. Like, why would you not run your Pharah? You were running a killer Pharah, and that Roadhog did nothing for him. It's not even
I liked
like
the approach with Roadhog, though. They came very close to taking out Tail in the initial attack, and they had good looks. It didn't work out, but I thought the theory behind it was super sound coming out from NG Red.
I agree with you too, and like where they came out, and then like even they made something out of it even when it kind of got called out too. But after that, I don't understand why you continue to run it. I mean, it obviously didn't work, and then they had it and they're set up. It's not like they tried to go through the top again with that Roadhog. They just ran it standard after that. And the hooks that he was getting were not good hooks. He didn't get any kills off of the hooks there. I mean, also, I just think that he was having such a great performance on Pharah that you stick with it and you just ride or die with that Pharah performance. And the Pharah won them that stage earlier in that map. They'd won because of his Pharah play. I don't know. I see what you're saying, and I see why they went with it, but I guess retrospect is, clear.
Either way, it was very close between both teams. We're going to Dorado. It will be EnVyUs on the attack first, NG Red on the defense. And hey, who knows if NG Red is going to have a good defense here. We have seen some very solid defenses come out on Dorado here tonight, some of them from EnVyUs themselves, so we will just have to see. Both teams are ready, though, and we are getting into it. Map number 3, Dorado in this best out of 5 series. So regardless of who wins here, we still have at least one more map left in the series after this.
Yeah, let's kill some pinatas. Let's get to it. EnVyUs losing their first map in probably forever. I think it's easier just to say forever. And getting a scare from NG Red. This team is playing really well. They've done nothing but get better every time we've seen them, and they're going to start it off on the defense here. They're bringing us a Symmetra on defense. That is going to be played by Brett Expert. A little surprising they don't have a Lucio to boost him out just yet, so I guess they're going to be happy with three sentries up front. Nap time, of course, will play Mercy. Mangachu is going to play the Junkrat Bird on Soldier 76. Chance on Reinhardt. Wolf on the Reaper.
So we don't always see her nowadays, but Symmetra is making her grand return here in Dorado. Some teams still prefer to run her, and this is a more old school defense coming out from the side of NG Red. We used to see every team run Junkrat and Symmetra here, but now it's not quite as much in vogue. A lot of teams preferring to really stack their defense, go for more powerful characters, run a Pharah and maybe a Roadhog, but that's not happening here. They're going a little bit more old school, and we'll see it works out. Meanwhile, though, taking a look here at the offense coming out from the side of Envy. It's going to be Chips on the Mercy, Tailspin on Pharah, Internet Hulk on the Winston, Coco on Zarya, Taimu on the Reaper, and Harry Hook going to round things out here on the Lucio.
Someone say peanut butter?
Yeah, so they're going to run that double support, double tank, double support, double tank on offense, double DPS. So it's very traditional. What you're going to see is, of course, Tailspin and Chips are going to go do their own thing. They might be with the main team kind of pushing forward. At some point, they might segment off and come around the back edge as well, kind of create pressure over the side. That's why this Symmetra turret is over here on this wall. It is because they want to know if they're coming in over the side or not. It's coming right over the top right away, landing some big rockets early. Nap time almost
took out Nap time. Nap time was literally down to about 80 HP, and that is not a whole lot, given that one more rocket would have finished it. It also fed the Tailspin a whole heck of a lot of Pharah health, so pretty good opening here from Envy as they just try and open up the path.
Yeah, Brett Expert's going to be looking to chunk people with this damage. He doesn't have a whole lot of sentries set up, but they're mostly just to keep eyes on if they're coming over the edge or not. The sentries are pretty deep in, so his orbs are going to be absolutely crucial to him getting up a teleporter early.
Look at Tailspin going right in, trying to take out the 76, wants to get rid of the main threat to himself. Not able to do it. The Winston shield really giving him a whole bunch of trouble there. Both teams trading out kills, though. Taimu got in the back, was able to take out Chance. And out that shield tank, this really opens up Envy to be even more aggressive. They can be way better on their poke, and they're getting the kills they need, but the res coming in here from NG Red. NG Red trying to stay alive, but Taimu again, getting in and just removes Chance from the game again.
Yeah, Hulk came in through the back and caught a couple people on the retreat with his Winston cleave, able to clean that up. There goes the teleporter. That is first. That's it. That's over.
Really, really good stuff coming up from Envy. They're able to just crack this first point defense immediately, and they're keeping it going. Tailspin moving forward and just keeping the momentum going.
We've seen Envy finish this map in 3 minutes, and this is exactly how they did it that time. It was Hulk and Tailspin combining to just put so much pressure on them moving forward. Hulk is way in the back lines. Taimu opens it up, takes down Chance early on. They are bleeding.
Yeah, things are going super well, and they're just piling on right now. I mean, Pharah's in the back, Taimu's in the back.
Yeah, this is
and
how they
NG Red just looks shell-shocked right now. They are not able to stabilize. And by the way, this was NG Red's map choice, not Envy. Envy won the last map, so Envy clearly has done their homework here in Dorado. They are so far up, and Taimu actually just ready to throw himself in here. He's going to whirlwind right in here on Reaper, takes out one, sets up Tailspin to take out Wolf. Not quite as much value as he might have liked there, as NG Red actually fighting their way out of the sticky wicket. Bird moving in, 3 kills here for NG Red, but here comes Tailspin with the hammer from the top, takes out 2. And speaking of hammers, Chance gonna hammer Tailspin in the face. Back and forth, I'd say overall, NG Red able to stay alive there, but not as decisive as they would have liked.
Yeah, I mean, look at the card. They were pushing it the entire time. They already got it through this area here. As long as they can reestablish and probably try to take away this high ground again from Mangachu and Naptime, they should be in a good spot for this last fight as Coco has his Graviton up. But NG Red is reestablishing. They've taken this high ground back, which is super important. Hulk comes in over the top.
Yeah, Hulk is moving in. They're moving right forward. Chance is holding on to the Earth Shatter. Gonna drop the hammer down. Only gets Harry Hook, and Harry Hook's protected by the shield, so not getting quite what he wants. Tailspin getting a kill or two there. Wolf, though, still here in the back. Pretty back and forth, but Envy has definitely had the momentum here. We'll see if Wolf can do something and take out Coco. Does have the advantage. And Sunbear coming out here from NG Red. NG Red now in a better position to stabilize as they're pushing EnVyUs back.
Yeah, Timey switched on to Genji. I'm not entirely sure about that. He did get a kill. I guess it's try to focus Naptime in the back line. That's going to be their swing plays so that they can take down the Mercy and keep their own alive. Of course, Genji excels in that. He's actually pretty good on this point, and I think especially going into last, Genji's great to push that last point, so it might be a preemptive switch here onto Genji.
I am empowered.
All right, so the defense, they have restabilized here. They're ult-wise, things are pretty even as well. Bird about to get attack Pfizer. Wolf kind of close to a Death Blossom. However, the big thing here, oh no, Taimu was about to have a Dragon Blade, but he went down to Mangachu very early in this fight. First pick off to the defense, and now for Envy, they're gonna have to win this 5v6. Easier said than done as Bird able to just pile in there with the attack Visor, takes out Internet Hulk. And this is gonna be another hold here for NG Red. After a very brutal start, NG Red has found it within them to really stabilize here.
But, you know, they did the thing that we always knock on teams for not doing and how teams end up losing. At this map in particular, when you've lost ground, you have to give up more ground just to get your defense back. And they stopped. They knew when they started bleeding a little bit, they all grouped up way behind, said, whatever happens next, we're going to fight a 6. I don't care where it is. It might not be on the point. It might be somewhere else. But they did actually take the time to set up their defense. And a lot of teams fail to do that and then fail the map.
Taimu coming out the Dragon Blade, not getting anything, has to back out from Mangachu's ultimate. He actually gets 0 off of that Dragon Blade, and it gets a rocket directly to his back. Mangachu exploding right now, taking out 3. No barrage required in the end. And oh my goodness, talk about a way of denying Taimu.
Yeah, if this were not one hero limit, you would see another 76 or a third 76 coming out from them because they need to deal with Mangachu and they know it, which is why Taimu comes up with McCree right now. But Envy has actually run triple 76 on this map before. They would love to do so right now, that they can't. So Taimu's going to have to play McCree. They've got no answer to this. If he fails at McCree, I would not be surprised to see him come up as Roadhog because right now Mangachu's the problem. They got to find an answer for him.
Well, look at Wolf right now, just flanking in as the Reaper gets countered by the sound, or what's it called, by the Sound Bearer immediately. Not able to get the immediate pickoff they was looking for. Still though, the defense hanging in here. He's getting into the back line. Envy perhaps dove too far. They're going to get taken out. Down goes the 76 in the end. And once again, NG Red going to hold him. By the way, I was wrong. Wolf did get the Mercy. It happened at the very, very tail end of the Death Blossom. So that still worked out.
Wolf comes up onto the McCree, really unprompted by anything else. He just maybe feels like McCree doing a little more distance damage, probably to try to help take down Tailspin too, as you know, he's one of the main players for that squad. I do not like what Coco's doing here. He's around the back. He's trying to get some work done against Mangachu. Mangachu has to be careful. He ate a Helix. Wow, Coco.
Midair Helix Rockets definitely in. They were looking for the sneak. Harry Hook got to the back, was looking for it. 3 kills now from Envy as they sort of catch NG Red their pants down. They saw the sneak coming. They had to go try and get on the payload, and as that happened, Envy just collapsed on them and got the kills they were looking for. Payload now on its way yet again.
Yeah, it was Coco around the backside giving that pressure as the soldier made Mangachu move his position. Mangachu should have been able to clean him up. Missed his second rocket, then ate a ton of damage, had to bail on it. Came out super hurt, wasn't able to re-engage. Coco would continue to pepper him down, so that flank opened up so much space for them with Coco on this 76.
Tailspin right now very comfortable in this position, just able to throw in rocket after rocket. The offense moving the payload up, and for Envy, they want to end this in the next fight. They don't want to have the last minute push. They need to win this next fight if they want to win this cleanly. They're going to have to deal with Mangachu's barrage. They have a barrage of their own. Pretty even fight here as now Tailspin looking for value. Finds Bird, takes him out immediately, gets rid of the problem. A double kill coming up from Tailspin. Coco with the follow through.
App gets the res. Is it going to be enough? They're in really bad positions.
They're still down 4 people. This res is not going to be anywhere near enough. The offense is fully shielded up from Lucio. As Mangachu just going to eat that rocket, and EnVy will cap this out, but man, not without a whole lot of trouble right before second.
Round 1 complete.
Yeah, it was a good defense there because they were at on a pace for a 3-minute Dorado, which we've seen them do before, and they were doing it the exact same way. But it was, I really like how they stabilized there. Like, I think they thought at one point they might even have to give up second, but sometimes you have to do that. You have to concede ground just to be able to fight normally again. They were bleeding, they were getting picked off, even Mangachu towards the end. They decided, we're waiting for everyone, I don't care what happens next, we're gonna go as 6. They were able to stabilize, win a fight, able to take that point back, take that high ground back, and then had a good 5 minutes of fighting and defense, gave themselves a respectable and beatable Dorado time.
Absolutely, and for EnVyUs, I mean, that could not have gone any better for them on the second point defense. They made up for a lot of lost time, and just think, Hex, if they didn't get rolled over on point A, what their defense could have been. Right. They could have held it, and we would be looking at distance right now instead of a full cap and a timer.
Right. Well, A was garbage and last was garbage, but B was really good. They played really well on second point, so I'll give them that.
I will say this, part of it might have been EnVy just getting a little bit too over aggro. EnVy pushed so far forward. I think for part of that, they might have been better served by just backing up a bit, focusing on the payload and not going so crazy far up, because they did get wiped out as a result from that, and it gave the defense a really great opportunity to reset. So maybe EnVy took the momentum too far. Either way, though.
Yeah, it does explain like the first push why it failed for EnVy there, but I mean the consequent, like the following pushes were still not that good, and they just had so many problems trying to deal with Mangachu. The end of flank was really good though. So what do you see here on the defense though?
Defensively, we're gonna have Internet Hulk here on the Winston, Harry Hook on Lucio, Coco on the Zarya, Chipsogen on the Mercy, Tailspin on the Pharah, and Taimu on the Reaper. So even Tailspin no longer going Junkrat here on Dorado. Times have changed. Although again, look at the EnVyUs defense, they're still comfortable running the Junkrat, so it's variable.
They're playing super far forward on this defense. Taimu's on the roof. He's looking to get Wolf, who's jumping up. Did not expect to run to a Reaper up there. Takes him down.
This is so aggressive for first point defense. Is this a pub game right now? Oh my goodness. Bread Expert barely escaping with his life. Chance in trouble. It's working out for EnVy. They're giving themselves a whole lot of ults and all the rest, but man, you almost never see a defense push that far forward here on Dorado. They usually hold much further back. And EnVyUs could punish them for this if they don't get back in a hurry.
They need to kill Coco here. They only got 1 kill off of that punish. They should have been able to deal with more. Yeah, time was going to be back up in time for this fight. I think that's partially why they do it, because if you fight out there and you die, you are going to be able to get back in time for the second courtyard fight. They're not running a Symmetra or anything like that. But yeah, that was new. It was interesting.
Well, they're moving forward, looking for opportunity. Rocket after rocket right now, going into Pharah. As Taimu and Tailspin able to get 2 kills here for the defense. They're going to hang on for a little bit longer. Coco taking out Bread Expert, and offense for here for EnVyUs definitely needs a backup. Koopa's there, and all just moving in. And Taimu did not need to Death Blossom there. That was entirely unnecessary.
I can't believe this positioning that they're holding. Like, they feel so safe doing it. I mean, Taimu so far, I guess you have the heroes to be able to pull it off, right? The Zarya helps a lot in this regard, that if you have people straggling, they can throw down the allied shield. As long as you know and are managing your cooldown fine, I guess it's a risk you can take.
I am empowered.
Fully loaded on ults now. Actually, so is the offense for the most part, too. We're going to see some Q fireworks momentarily.
Mangachu going in, he will be looking for the barrage perhaps, but he finds Winston instead. Soundbarrier comes out, he just gets blown up immediately. His Tailspin was higher, comes in over the top with the barrage, able to take out Nap Time. Rez does come in, but they're down to Mercy now, and they're down a lot of the ults that they wanted to use for this fight, so see if EnVyUs can turn their favor, but the Soundbarrier should seal this for the defense as they move forward. Pulse Bomb doing all sorts of work in the back line.
Yeah, it's just Mangachu up right now. He's just going to try to get some damage in and kind of play the distraction part as he bails out. It's him and Nap Time back there. Defense is offense, offense is defense. This is crazy.
My ultimate is charged.
And I gotta say, the one upside to how EnVy has been playing this being this very aggressive is that I don't think EnVyUs was expecting it. EnVyUs probably lost 2 fights outright from just not expecting this. Look at Taimu. Look at how far up he is on the payload right now. He's hoping for the next person to push, and he's just go in for a Death Blossom. Maybe showed himself a little bit early there. We'll see. But now he's moving in and just chases down Nap Time. Not even going for the Q. Gonna take out Bert the Innovator and Hulk. 3 kills here for EnVy, and EnVy going to hang on, and only a minute 5 remaining now for EnVyUs.
So one good push left. It's not even going to be the next one. They have to go. They have to just be super aggressive and try to get as much damage in as possible here because they have no ultimates to work with. They're actually switching up now too, so they're not going to have any ults. They're going into this very underpowered here. Bird and Chance both switched onto a couple tanks. We'll see if it works out for them, but they're just going to have to win this the old-fashioned way.
My ultimate is ready.
And take a look, Tailspin. Tailspin now lands a big rocket on the Mangachu to start this out. Mangachu gonna have to back out a little bit, and now 30 seconds remaining. A lot of pressure on NG Red right now to at least get to the checkpoint, but Tailspin, the long-range rockets finding their mark. Bread Expert goes down, and he's just got barrage nap time. No resurrections here. Tailspin on the triple kill. And that should be it, Hex.
That should be. They're on the chase now, too. Hulk is going to the back line, punches Wolf to death. The res comes out just to bring up Harry Hook, and they're just going to spawn camp. They're not even going to let him touch the cart.
So it's a pretty unique defense coming up from Envy. Very aggressive in a way that we haven't seen really in recent times. But it absolutely worked out, and this was, for the record, this was NG Red's map choice, and Envy looked very strong on it, on their defense.
Yeah, I mean, the offense did flounder a little bit for Envy, but again, it's a team that plays this good at defense is a team that's always going to be hard to beat. I'm as surprised as NG Red must be of where Envy has played defense there. You never see that far forward. And the fact that they remained up there and kept doing it, it wasn't even a one-off thing of like, oh, let's just get cheeky here and then we'll see, we'll get a res. It'll be funny the first time and then we'll actually fight in the courtyard. They kept doing it. And then NG Red was just completely stunned by it. They didn't have any way to fight in the courtyard. I think they were unprepared for it. They're used to being those slow pushes under the arch. It's kind of what Dorado is known for. And they're just completely thrown off by it and, it just looked bad.
All right, well, definitely we'll see if NG Red has anything planned here for the next map in the series. It will be either Nepal or Nambani. And given how close the King of the Hill set on Lijiang was, I would not be too surprised to see them bring it to Nepal for the next map. Unless they think that maybe they have some secrets here from Nambani, but Nepal might be the way they go here for NG Red.
Well, NG Red did ban out Numbani too, so you'd have to think it's going to be Nepal. Even Mangachu in the team chat saying cool holds. I wonder how laced with sarcasm that is. It never feels
I just think NG Red wasn't expecting that aggressiveness from Envy. Envy was super, super far aggro in that game.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is when they're holding like that and they get a kill out there, then everyone starts to retreat back to spawn and they were just getting chased so hard and killed back to spawn. Like, they made them stagger in such a terrible way. And then it forced them out to, like, try to take the stairs and come in that side. And I don't think that's where they wanted to push, but they had to be super aggressive and just got punished all the time for it. It was a cool hold. Whether Mangachu believes it or not, that was a cool hold.
So NG Red right now discussing amongst themselves, and they are going to bring in Nepal. I agree with this situation or this choice. I think it's a good choice. And as far as Nepal goes, I believe they probably have their best shot on it, given what we saw coming out from Lijiang, where even though they didn't win Lijiang, they made it awfully close.
Yeah, I think Nepal is the right choice too, especially Taimu's in chat saying NA #1, get mad EU plebs.
He says recently off his flight from living in EU, now living in sunny North Carolina.
Hey man, once you step foot on the American soil, you're a citizen. We love you.
He's on the soil. He's drinking the tap water.
He's spent a 4th of July here, so that's something. It's full on American now for explosions and everything.
Celebrate the birth of your country by blowing up a piece of it.
Yeah, celebrate by not being able to sleep until 3 in the morning because your neighbors think that fireworks are great.
Celebrate it by terrorizing friendly dogs and showing them that the world is actually ending, because that's what they think is happening with all the explosions.
All right, we are ready. We're going to Nepal. This is EnVyUs versus Northern Gaming Red. They are up 2-1. Yeah, that's right. They did lose a map to Northern Gaming Red. You are, of course, watching the Beat Invitational, brought to you by Soylent, Matcherino, PvP Live, Steel Series, and Twitch. You know what they all do. Quick rundown, Matcherino, crowdfunding, ! Matcherino in chat, PvP Live. Go there for all your esports news, especially Overwatch. Why would you care about anything else but Overwatch? Steel Series, mice and keyboards, all sorts of good stuff for your computer. Twitch, clearly you know what Twitch is. And also Soylent, if you want to eat and drink something at the same time and have to worry about food, Soylent's where it's at.
Alrighty, well, Rolling into it, map number 4 right now, Nepal, NG Red versus EnVyUs. We have gotten a show here tonight, more so than people expected. NG Red, by the way, for those who are just tuning in, they won the first map, and they were looking dominant heading into map number 2, and EnVyUs really, only through the latter half of Lijiang, was able to sort of pull things together and get to where we are now, but NG Red has looked phenomenally good here tonight.
Yeah, they look great. They've been, we mentioned it before they even played EnVyUs. They've just been getting better and better every time they play. They're putting so many hours into the game, into scrimmings. Their organization is trying to do a lot of things for the team, just from the top level down. So they're a team definitely to watch. I said at the beginning of the cast, I think to really compete with Envy, you got to buy a house. And who knows if that's in the cards for NG Red coming up soon. But they're already competing with Envy, house or not.
Alrighty, we'll take a look here at the NG Red roster. It's going to be Bird here on the 76, Mangachu on the Junkrat, in fact, on King of the Hill. It's happening. Chance on the Zarya, Wolf on the Reaper, Naptime on Mercy, and Bread Expert on Lucio. You don't always see Mercy here on King of the Hill, but it is more common here in One Hero Limit as NG Red opting for the high ground as we start this out.
Yeah, the big interesting thing is Mangachu on this Junkrat. He can be very good. I think that this is one of his least effective stages because it is so wide open, able to dodge that. There's the smaller stages to be better for him, but we'll see if it works. Wolf gets the first kill.
Yeah, I think Tailspin ate a little bit of poke from that Junkrat, so NG Red slowly but surely trying to turn this to their own. Taimu, though, taking out Bird, so all even here. Both teams missing a big engine of their damage. Tailspin will be back sooner rather than later, though. He is on the Tracer. And NG Red, they are winning this poke war. You look at the health. Envy is getting pushed way back here. They have to concede ground here to NG Red. And NG Red getting closer to taking this point. However, Tailspin is back in this fight. Aaron Hall takes out Wolf. And Envy's starting to look a little bit better, but it is very close right now, Hex.
Yeah, I just really don't like that they gave up that point for free in the beginning. They were trying to get a ton of damage from the top, just not do it. They've already given up 30%. Did not even contest.
Oh, here comes the tire from Mangachu. Gets absolutely no value. Soundbear doing a little bit of work against that. As again, Envy now getting into the thick of things, getting what they need. Internet Hulk spinning, takes out Wolf. And this should now be Envy's point to recap.
Yeah, I just don't know about that strategy there. Mangachu is going to come up on the Pharah instead of the Junkrat there. These points are so hard to get and then retake that to not contest a first point like that, just trying to get a ton of damage from over the top, seems like an error.
I'm not sure. I think it actually came really close to working. It did get Tailspin killed effectively in the beginning. If they just got one more kill, I think it was very different. The problem is that Taimu was able to take out Bird, but a big mid-air rocket takes on Coco. But justice in your face from Tailspin, taking out Mangachu. 3 kills here for Envy. Rez coming out, of course, a moment after, but back and forth here, and NG Red off that Rez actually starting to turn things in their favor. Tac Visor from Bird taking out 2. Now fighting Taimu and Soldier v Soldier, and Taimu says, nope, gets right out of there. That's going to be a cap here from NG Red.
Did Mangachu wave him goodbye again?
I don't think he waved him goodbye.
Actually,
oh, maybe he did. I was looking at Bird, but
he just shot a rocket off the cliff onto his corpse. Mangachu's having fun.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Alright, so taking a look at Wolf. Wolf does have the Death Blossom readied up here. He is hiding behind this corner. And if Envy isn't careful, if they rush in too deep, they could just meet the spinning death of Wolf. But Tailspin taking out Bread Expert pretty early here. Lucio no longer in the battle. No longer AoE healing as Wolf goes down. 2 kills here for Envy, and this is looking really good for them. That time's going to have to rush sooner rather than later.
Well,
not going to happen though. Taimu takes him out, and that's it. Envy is going to take control of this point right back from NG Red. Nothing even spectacular there. They just got 1 pick, then 2 picks, then after that, Mercy went down, and it was over.
Yeah, that's about as simple as it gets there. I mean, I guess the plus side is that Naptime is going to have his res ready. Maybe a little bit greedy there. I didn't exactly see where he was, maybe just out of position to be able to res, but you would love to get that off because you're going to be charging it so fast in King of the Hill with all the damage people are taking constantly.
Wolf getting into backline now with the Death Blossom, takes out Coco immediately. 2 kills here for NG Red. Rez coming out from Chips, but it's too little too late. This is 4 kills for NG Red already. They have all the momentum. Tailspin getting into the air. He has a barrage at the ready, but at this point, he should probably just save it.
Yeah, absolutely. They are able to flip it back, but Envy only 1 fight away from winning the stage. As they're at 99%, they do a barrage, Death Blossom, Sound Barrier already. Coco's 10% away from his Graviton. And conversely, NG Red has a ton of their ultimates up too. It might be a tale of 2 grabs here. They might actually both initiate the group hug at the same time and just look at each other awkwardly.
All right, here comes Envy on to the point. Internet Hulk starting things out with a bang, taking out 3, spun right into the back. Rez will come out to undo some of that work, but still a good look here. But here comes Mangachu, the Wombo on the menu, takes out 2 with the aid of Chance. Gonna end up falling off the point from that last bit of damage. And here comes Taimu, Tac Visor on the way, will get shielded by Zarya. Will be able to get onto the point, and it was a brawl, but Envy is going to be the winner of this brawl. And they should be able to take this round here, Hex, but what a close round it was.
Yeah, Wolf and Naptime too late. They were both alive, sitting behind the arch, waiting for a time to go stall it out. They wanted to wait as long as possible, waited too long, unable to get in. And that was a tale of 2 Gravitons. The one did nothing, and the other one caught 2, and were able to clean that up as well. So, Envy pulling it back. They're 2 map stages away of King of the Hill, away from taking this set.
If they take this, I think this would be a little bit disappointing for NG Red just to go down like this after starting out 1 map to nothing.
Yeah.
But on the same note, for NG Red, it's also not the worst. I mean, they had a very good showing against arguably the best team in the game, so win some, you lose some. Either way, I think NG Red has a lot to feel good for here, but I still think they have a chance of taking this, Hex.
I do too. I think this is a much better map for Junkrat here. Mangachu's going to roll up, probably try to take these stair sides. I think the early fight is going to be between Hulk jumping in and Mangachu trying to eliminate him before he does too much damage, because I think it's a great Junkrat map.
All right, so both teams getting into it. Mangachu able to take out Harry Hook immediately.
Yeah.
I think he might have knocked him into the pit, I'm not sure, but either way, he's getting in there. Double kill here from Mangachu, setting the table for NG Red. They're pushing Envy back, and they should be able to get first control. Here's Mangachu again! The spam on point takes out Chips. What an early opening here for Mangachu.
I know, I hate playing against Junkrat on this map. It's so good. There's so many small corridors, and it's just like the distance damage he's able to lay down. Takes down Coco! That's like 5 kills for just Mangachu so far.
Damage amplified.
It's really good stuff. I mean, you were talking about the worthiness of Junkrat. Well, you might doubt it on the other stage, but you can't doubt it here where Mangachu has just been devouring this Envy offense right now. And here comes the tire. It's on the way. Probably a little bit optimistic, but you never know. Oh, wait, it's climbing. It's not climbing. It got over the wall and took out Tailspin and Chips. They just became roadkill, Hex. Oh my goodness. Mangachu is just beasting and styling on Envy right now.
I did say it was much better on this stage in particular. Mangachu proved me right. Thanks, buddy.
Oh my goodness. Envy with some trouble here. About to be down 50% on the point already. A lot of good things coming out from NG Red, and we'll see if Envy can turn this in their favor in just a moment. Tailspin is about to have a barrage. They will have some tools in their favor. Mangachu finally getting pushed to the side, and here comes Tailspin coming in over the top. Has barrage up already. Justice raining from above. Doesn't get a whole lot. Only gets Wolf before dying. And even though the res is immediate, not quite the value we're used to seeing. Res comes out here from the side of NG Red, and NG Red trying to hold on here. Bird the attack visor, mows down 2. Still peppering in the shots. Looking for a little bit more. Has to back out. But and I'll note, in the chaos there, Envy was able to take the point, so NG Red hasn't lost this fight yet, but they did lose the point in the middle of it, as both teams still fighting out. And here comes the Graviton from Chance. 4 people being sucked in! Wolf with the cleanup, gets the triple kill! And NG Red gonna retake this in a flash.
Yeah, Mangachu, just some late spam there, cleans up Taimu at the end. Really nice Graviton, though. Wolf with the follow-up. They both got Gravitons. One team had the follow-up ready, the other did not. That's exactly what happens there. They just stood at each other and watched the other team die while they were in the Graviton surge.
All right, so 76% right now for NG Red. They don't have to hold on for much longer here. We do have the Tech Visor coming from Taimu, trying to make some space. Will make some space, gives EnVyUs control of the point, but they haven't killed anyone just yet. They're just zoning people out. Chips went down pretty early, and let's take a look at Naptime. Naptime is here with the res, does bring up the Fallen. Chance gonna stay alive for a little bit here, and NG Red can easily turn this back in their favor with the right plays. Bird and Bread Expert doing just that. 3 kills for NG Red. And off of that res, because they were able to pick off Chips, because Naptime stayed alive, they were able to turn it back in their favor.
Yeah, Envy knows what they have to do. They have to bomb this corner with small pack. That's where everyone who's causing them trouble is hanging out. Naptime's going to be back there constantly with bird damage boosting. That's generally where Mangachu has been set up. Him and Chance have been just comboing at keeping each other alive with traps and shields.
Tailspin right now gains it back, holding on to the barrage, just uses it point blank, takes out Mangachu, gets rid of the problem, But look at Bird in the back, just firing shot after shot with the tac visor, getting the double kill. Coco is off on an island by himself, and the natives are restless.
Yeah, they
Oh
only
my
have
goodness.
committed to that. They only sent like 3 people in to try to dislodge and fight. The rest of them were on the point thinking that they're going to keep it back. And NG Red is fine giving up the point. They gave it up 3 to maybe 4 times that game because they know they're going to win the fight decisively and flip it all the way back. I think Envy didn't know if they wanted to just make them come to the point and fight them or if they wanted to take the fight to them because they looked very indecisive on that last round. And yeah, Junkrat's good in that stage. Also pretty good on this stage, too. It was just the one stage I don't like. That stage is so wide open, I feel like you're not as good as you are in more claustrophobic King of the Hill stages. So
I gotta say, if I'm Mangachu here, I'd just probably stay in the Junkrat. I mean, it's not quite as good on this stage, but man, he made it work out pretty well before. Why not try and make it work out again? Note that we do have some switch-ups coming up from Envy as well. We will be seeing Tailspin now on the Tracer, Taimu on the Genji, so Genji Tracer, going back to the good old days right now, Hex.
Yeah, should be interesting to see. They might be running this Genji thinking they might run into a Bastion, which we've seen so often on this stage in particular, but teams are going to come both through these corners, and it's a late start for NG Red. They're getting bullied out of here. They should just go around the other side. No reason to keep coming through here.
So Envy right now definitely was a superior position, was able to get on top of the point a little bit sooner. Taimu being very aggressive, arguably too much so, has to back out immediately with the deflection. Envy, though, in good position to get first cap here without really winning this fight. However, Chips went down early in the fight, and NG Red is going to be out for blood. Naptime is still alive, and if Naptime can stay alive for a little bit longer, they're going to have a res. Envy will not, and NG Red is going to take this right back, but Naptime does go down. He's able to get picked off by Internet Hulk, so Envy should be able to hold.
It's such a brawl here. Chances alone on this point. He's not long for this world as Hulk and Taimu collapse on him, clean him up. It is going to be EnVyUs' capture for first. They're going to hold in decent position. Now they can set up wherever they want. Taimu's going to chase down Mangachu on this Junkrat. He gets out.
Mangachu, he's at the enemy spawn point now.
Well, he's going to switch.
Or no, he's back at his own spawn point. I'm getting so confused. Ends up punching the basketball. I was gonna say, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
He's gonna switch.
Blue
He's
is red, red is blue.
Yeah.
Either way, both teams getting into it here. Taimu does have Dragon Blade here for the next fight. Dragon Blade at the ready. Moving in. Here comes the swords. Takes out Naptime immediately. Ends up going down to Winston, though, so not the biggest value sword as Envy now. They are super low on HP. They've already lost 2 people. NG Red trying to make the most of this. It's very close, but if Coco goes down, here comes the res from Envy. I think this res should be able to force us in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, that fight was all NG except Chips. He was just hiding out up top, able to bring up the Fallen again, and they're completely in control of this map. Naptime goes down again.
And it hasn't necessarily been the prettiest map overall, but Envy definitely turning it to their advantage. Coco can have a Graviton Surge up here in just a moment. I will say that, given the switch, Junkrat not quite as effective here as before, but 3 people, now 4 in this Graviton. Envy trying to get the value and taking it out. Tailspin and Taimu do get a little bit fall through in the end. 3 kills now from the side of Envy. Res coming out from Naptime, and this is do or die here for NG Red. They're not going to have time to get back to this point. They need to somehow turn this in their favor, but I don't think they have the ability to do so anymore, Hex.
It was a really nice counter Graviton from Coco there. They got locked in by chance. A lot of them got caught out, but by counter grabbing them, they were unable to really get the focus that they wanted to onto their own Graviton. Then the res, of course, helped them out. And yeah, Taimu was super aggressive that game. Got so many kills on Naptime. I think it was 3 overall. That was Envy's map from beginning to end.
Score. 1.
So now here's will RNG favor the side of NG Red here. They're not guaranteed to get the Sanctum stage again, and they're not going to get it here. But for them, I feel like if they are able to bring it back here, it would be so much more in their favor if the 5th and final stage was Sanctum, given what happened the first time we saw it.
I think we're going to try to go to lobby again. I think we have a mouse bungee issue.
A mouse bungee malfunction.
You know, I will say this, though. Like, I always thought it was stupid, and, like, because, you know, the companies sell them and whatnot, but mouse bungees are pretty dope. Like, you should totally get one.
As Mangachu says, we could just RNG back to Sanctum.
Yeah, I think that they're on the same line with you.
But we do have to RNG back to Shrine. It is in the rules.
Hopefully we can roll that. But yeah, what a mouse bungee is a little thing that holds your mouse cable up off your desk so it doesn't ever have pressure on it. It makes a wired mouse feel like a wireless mouse. They're great.
By the way, don't use a wireless mouse for gaming. If someone conned you into using one for gaming, do not. Instead, buy a high-quality wired mouse from SteelSeries. That is good for gaming.
A+ #1 ZP.
Like, sometimes when you have the ability to naturally sell out and you just fit it in there, that's what you gotta do, Hex.
It's not
I
selling
felt
out.
the sellout felt me, and we went into it.
It's not selling out, it's buying in.
Exactly. As chat is now reading Bird's thoughts on this, but we are re-entering. We will reload until we get back to that shrine stage. Watch us get Sanctum, and NG will be like, this is fine.
Well, we are at Sanctum. It's not fine.
Yeah, this would be a little bit messed up. Yep, re-roll until shrine. As Mangachu, that's some good orange.
Yeah.
Tailspin is like, it's shrine, not sanctum. So we should be re-rolling. This is not the map we rolled. We need to go back to what? I do not believe Mangachu right now. I mean, maybe he doesn't know the map names, but...
I actually believe that I think both are true, that he wants to play at the one, but he also might not know map names as well. It took me a very long time to remember these map names.
I was right at first, and then CP trolled me. I didn't troll anything. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, this is where Envy would be very okay with running this, but we're going to keep re-rolling until we get the right stage.
Traveling to Nepal. Prepare to attack.
We got it. There we go.
We got it. Okay, third time's the charm. That's not too bad. It's not like the other night where we re-rolled something like 12 times and then settled on a different map because the teams were sick of it. We have actually hit the promised land, people. we in there.
That was actually kind of funny, though. We rolled, I think, 11 times, and we just could not get back to the stage we wanted. Eventually, the teams are like, this is fine.
Whoa.
Let's just go.
Wait a second.
What?
But wait, there's more. We can look at the other stage from here. Guys, look at this. This is Nepal, by the way. It is tiered. I don't know if people knew this when you go like this.
Yeah.
So stage 1, or the former stage 1 down there. You go up. You get caught by the invisible wall. And now I'm stuck. I can't go back up. All right. You guys got the idea. It's pretty cool how it's segmented out, though. Anyways, taking a look here at the side of things. NG Red going to be running out with Bird on the 76. Mangachu on the Pharah. Chance on Zarya. Wolf on the Reaper. Naptime on Mercy. And Bread Expert going to be in the Lucio.
Alright, we got Tailspin on his Tracer. Chips is going to play Mercy. Internet Hulk on Soldier 76. Harry Hook on the Lucio. Taimu busting out as McCree and Coco on Zarya. Interested to see the Tai Cree here. See what he can get done as McCree. Mendo, as I mentioned, absolutely went off on McCree on this stage the other day.
Oh no, by the way, Mangachu not on the Junkrat, deciding not to bring it out here for the stage. Did not work last time. Internet Hulk, though, first kill of the game, taking out Chance. Wolf getting into it as well. Bird striking back, but Envy, look at the poke here. Envy definitely winning this fight at the moment. Mangachu landing some good shots, though. Almost breaking it back in Envy's in NG Red's favor. Not going to happen, though, just yet. As Envy maintaining form.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an interesting roster they're running here with Hulk on the 76, but he's getting a ton of work done, gets a couple kills pretty late. They've got most of their ults now almost ready. Tailspin, surprisingly enough, does not have Pulse Bomb.
And no Pulse Bomb up. Here comes the Sound Bear, though, from the side of Envy. They want to hold in here. Sound Bear out from both sides. Everyone is breaking it down. Internet Hulk, though, is the only one aimbotting here in the back. Runs into the barrage. Both sides down 2 people, and it is a brawl right now on the point. Both sides got res. It's 6v6 here once again. And Envy, though, getting first 2 kills after the res, turning things in their favor. But it is so close right now. Graviton comes out in the end, and NG Red, off the Graviton of Chance, going to take this right back, Hex.
I gotta say, it's not just this stage. Chance's Zarya has really impressed me tonight. I'd never really seen him play it before. I consider him mostly just a Reinhardt main, because I just have not seen him bust out this Zarya, but he's played a phenomenal Russian tonight. or Soviet, whichever it is.
Oh no, Wolf just getting shot in the head. Bang, bang. Taimu takes him out. And now for Envy, this is a great opportunity. They have the advantage, but no, Taimu goes too deep. He gets taken out. Now it's a 5v5. Taimu, what have you done?
You're not going anywhere.
So pretty back and forth here. NG Red, though, definitely having it in their advantage. They're able to fight that right back after the early pick. Honestly, because Taimu might have gone a little bit too ham.
Double time.
Come here and get stabilized.
Well, they're definitely in full control here. They're at 35. It's going to be pretty much tied up by the time the next fight comes down. Wolf does have his Death Blossom, really the only ult to speak of for either side. Of course, Rez is going to be up for both sides. And also, this NG Red team is going to have their Sound Barrier upboard. Carry Hook is pretty far away, so the advantage in the next fight definitely with NG Red.
Yeah, NG Red will be able to break it down. They're moving in.
Oh, this is my jam.
And Envy's just moving back, actually. Not able to get what they're looking for immediately, but here comes the Death Blossom out from Wolf, gets the double kill. Now firmly has Lucio in his sights, but the Pulse Bomb from Tailspin comes out, takes out both Wolf and Bird with the aid of Internet Hulk, and Envy fighting this right back. Internet Hulk having himself a fight here. Oh my goodness, Envy is going to take this back, Hex.
Out of my way.
Yeah, Naptime was getting very close to getting his ult too. He was like 90%, trying to stay alive. He was so low health, trying to bring that back, unable to do it, but they are going to have a ton of stuff to work with to try to take this point back. Again, the next fight's going to happen when this is pretty much tied up. They're both going to be around 70. Graviton Barrage combo available.
Tactical visor ready for deployment. I've got you in my sight.
All right, here comes Sacrifice from Internet Hulk. As the fight develops, he's looking to bring in this thing. He's going to get sucked in by the Graviton Surge. Everyone getting set up by that. 4 kills here for Envy. The Res bringing them right back up. Oh no, not like this. Mangachu, he's dead! He was not able to get back up. He just ran out of energy. The Pharah that could, or in that case, could not.
Well, probably good for him, actually. If he was able to get back up, he would have just gotten shot by Taimu, who was waiting on the ledge for him. So, last gasp here for NG Red.
Yep, if NG Red loses that is it. They will be losing the series 3-1. Envious will hold on here. Deadeye comes out, takes out 3 people. Taimu saying it's high noon, and NG Red going to fall here on the palm. Well played by NG Red, though. They looked good all throughout the series. They won the first map, kept it close all throughout, but Envy